We hadn't heard Kendrick be in an actual rap battle. Not saying he couldn't do it. We never heard him in it, right? We've heard Drake in battles before, and we know the side of Drake that we view as the rapper, the bars, and he could battle somebody, is the sort of AM/PM catalog that he has. I think part of why Drake is not winning this battle is because he continues to dismiss Kendrick and not act like he's a worthy opponent or that he's little broing him all the time. It's like he's still trying to treat him like he's like the kid.
That's how Drake thinks of Kendrick as his opponent. But the reactions of rappers to Kendrick's latest Drake diss tracks say something else. His influence is reshaping the era of hip-hop rap battles. Let's check out how rappers react to Kendrick Lamar's Drake diss tracks. Rappers' reactions to Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks. The hip-hop community was thrust into a vortex of intense lyrical combat as two of the genre's titans, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, unleashed a series of incendiary diss tracks. The confrontation erupted on the evening of Friday, May 3rd, with Drake's unexpected release of Family Matters, a venomous composition filled with sharp criticisms aimed directly at his longtime adversary, Kendrick Lamar. Family Matters was crafted by a formidable production crew, including Boy 1DA, Tay Keith, Mark Ronson, Fierce, and Kevin Mitchell. The track showcased Drake in a relentless form as he scornfully dissected Kendrick's approach to music and his personal life. With cutting precision, Drake took aim at Kendrick's activist leanings, deriding them as mere performance. Always rapping like you bout to get the slaves free / you just acting like an activist, it's make-believe, he declared, igniting a firestorm of debate and controversy. His lyrical assault extended to Kendrick's familial relationships, particularly critiquing his engagement to Whitney Alford and his role as a stepfather, with lines that mingled personal attacks with palpable disdain. On some Bobby I want to know what Whitney need, all that puppy love was over in your late teens / why you never hold your son and tell him, say cheese. The riposte from Kendrick Lamar arrived swiftly and with devastating impact. Merely minutes after Family Matters aired, Kendrick released Meet the Grams, a track that not only countered, but escalated the feud to new heights. Under the meticulous production of The Alchemist, Kendrick's response was a scathing rebuke of Drake's character, laying bare accusations against his familial and personal responsibilities. You lied about your son. You lied about your daughter, huh? You lied about them other kids that's out there hoping that you come, Kendrick charged, suggesting Drake had skeletons yet uncovered. His lyrical barrage also extended to Drake's family, implicating his mother, Sandra, Sandy Graham, and his father, Dennis Graham, in his vehement critique. The aftermath of these releases sent tremors throughout the hip-hop landscape. Colleagues and listeners alike were left stunned by the raw, unfiltered ferocity of the exchange. Rapper Smino captured the prevailing sentiment with a straightforward reaction on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. Bruh, what the f***? Reflecting the shock resonating within the community. The personal nature of the tracks prompted Georgia rapper Jaron Benton to suggest that words alone might not suffice to resolve their deep-seated issues. Damn, now at Kendrick Lamar cooking again. Both of these are punching below the belt, and I love it. I want to see blood, he commented, indicating the feud had ventured too far into personal territory for mere artistic rivalry. Amidst this explosive backdrop, Mickey Fax speculated on the historical significance of the event, heralding May 3rd as potentially the greatest diss war in the history of hip-hop. May 3rd will live in hip-hop history forever, he emphatically stated. As the dust settled on the night's events, it became clear that the conflict might be far from over. West Coast rapper-songwriter Jason Martin, known professionally as Problem, hinted at continued tensions following a conversation with Kendrick. I talked to Dot aka Petty Pendergrass last night. He's nowhere near done. Popcorn emoji. You is in trouble. Blood drop emoji. He posted, suggesting that Kendrick was still armed with material and intent, ensuring that the hip-hop community remains on high alert for further developments in this monumental lyrical battle. Previously, the release of Kendrick Lamar's track Euphoria elicited an overwhelming response from fans and critics alike, showcasing the depth and complexity of his artistry. The track, noted for its intricate production and powerful lyrics, has sparked a broad spectrum of reactions that underline Kendrick's unique place in the landscape of modern hip-hop. As listeners dissected and marveled at the song's layers, several prominent voices shared their admiration publicly, highlighting the impact of Euphoria on their perceptions of music and lyricism. Kevin Powell, at Kevin Powell April 30th, 2024, listened to new at Kendrick Lamar's song called Euphoria, This is why he has Pulitzer Prize. As an artist, while others are stuck on social media followers, on 6 Minute Track, we get at least 3 different beats, 3 different rhyme flows, and calmest rebuttal in hip-hop history. Mic drop. Merriam-Webster, at Merriam-Webster, April 30th, 2024. Dear MTV, we humbly nominate Euphoria by at Kendrick Lamar for a Video Music Award for Best Video Ever. Cheaty, at Cheaty, May 5th, 2024. Us still trying to process Euphoria, Kendrick Lamar. Jill Scott, at Miss Jill Scott, May 1st, 2024. Playing Euphoria over and over, living for the streams of cognitive thought. Ugh, it's the love-hate dichotomy. It's the 6-minute dissertation, the Teddy P. I'm just SMH and listening probably forever. At Kendrick Lamar's teaching class, we're ear emoji. These testimonials reflect not just the song's artistic reach, but also its profound effect on listeners, underscoring the powerful connection Kendrick Lamar establishes through his music. Drake and Kendrick Lamar's beef. Tensions that had been building over time between Kendrick Lamar and Drake finally erupted into an intense confrontation, with both musicians openly attacking each other's character and professional integrity. The accusations became increasingly severe, transforming the dispute into a heated verbal conflict. In a vigorous response, Drake vehemently denied Lamar's claims, particularly those concerning a concealed child and purported interactions with minors. These allegations deeply disturbed the Canadian rapper, who strongly denounced the accusations aimed at him. In a retaliatory move, Drake released a track titled The Heart Part 6, intentionally referencing Lamar's The Heart series, where he argued that if there had been any truth to the misconduct claims involving minors, legal actions would have been taken. Furthermore, Drake exposed a strategic ruse involving misleading information about a daughter designed to provoke Lamar. As the weekend unfolded, the feud intensified, with both artists releasing a succession of diss tracks, each more incisive than the last. This escalation propelled their rivalry to new heights, captivating fans who eagerly awaited each subsequent lyrical onslaught. The origin of this fresh animosity can be traced back to Drake's song First Person Shooter from his album For All the Dogs, which was released the previous October. The situation worsened when J. Cole, featured on the track, grouped himself, Drake, and Lamar as the Big Three, a comparison that Lamar challenged in his verse on Future's track Like That, released on March 22nd, where he contested their supposed equivalence in the music industry. This conflict has reignited the essence of historic rap rivalries, highlighting serious allegations and unsupported claims, perpetuating a long-standing tradition in hip-hop. Both Lamar and Drake, who gained prominence in the early 2010s, share a complex relationship characterized by periods of collaboration and competition. From Lamar's participation on Drake's Take Care to Drake's involvement in Lamar's Good Kid M.A.A.D. City, their relationship began to deteriorate around 2013 when Lamar issued a challenge with his verse on Big Sean's Control, directly confronting Drake among others. Drake initially refrained from responding, focusing instead on his other feuds, including with Meek Mill in 2015 and later with Pusha T in 2018, who revealed Drake's secret child in the infamous track The Story of Adidon. Drake inadvertently reignited the feud with Lamar in First Person Shooter, where Cole mentioned the Big Three. Lamar, who won a Pulitzer Prize in 2018 for his album Damn, appeared to dismiss the notion that he and Drake were peers. His assertive verse on Like That, produced by Metro Boomin, was a clear declaration of his supremacy in the rap industry, captured by the line, "Mother the Big Three, it's just Big Me." Lamar also took aim at Drake's recent album, For All the Dogs, delivering a sharp verse. "For all your dogs getting buried, that's a K with all these nines, he gon' see Pet Sematary." His words evoked the eerie plot of Stephen King's Pet Sematary, where resurrected pets return with a malevolent twist. J. Cole's release of the album, Might Delete Later, came as an unexpected surprise, captivating fans with its unexpectedness. Particularly stirring was the track 7 Minute Drill, where Cole issued a stark critique of Kendrick Lamar, generating a wave of controversy. In his lyrics, Cole states, "Your first was classic, your last was tragic. Your second put to sleep, but they gassed it / your third was massive, and that was your prime." These provocative words reverberated across the rap community, with Cole drawing a blunt comparison between Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly and the mundanity of watching paint dry, sparking widespread debates. Cole went further, alleging that Lamar's impact relied heavily on his critical nature, with lyrics like, "He averaging one hard verse like every 30 months or something / if he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing him." These were undeniably contentious words. As the rap community buzzed with anticipation for Drake's reaction to the ongoing musical dispute, he responded assertively, not with one, but with 2 incendiary diss tracks. On April 19th, Drake unveiled Push-Ups and Tailor-Made Freestyle, where he directly took on Kendrick Lamar, derisively referring to him as a pipsqueak and sharply critiquing his style with lines like, "How the f*** you big steppin' with a size 7 men's on?" These tracks are remembered as pivotal moments in hip-hop rivalries. However, Kendrick Lamar wasn't the only target of Drake's lyrical volleys. Future, The Weeknd, Rick Ross, NBA star Ja Morant, Metro Boomin, and even J. Cole himself were subjects of his biting verses. The controversy intensified when Drake debuted Tailor-Made Freestyle on Instagram, accompanied by the teasing caption, "While we wait on you, I guess." However, the track was soon retracted following a cease and desist letter due to its unauthorized use of AI-generated Tupac Shakur vocals, leading to legal issues with the late rapper's estate. Moreover, the track included AI-generated vocals from Snoop Dogg, who playfully commented on the situation via Instagram. Kendrick Lamar re-entered the fray on April 30th with his track Euphoria, aptly named to reflect the intense emotions depicted in the HBO series of the same name. Opening with a Richard Pryor sample from The Wiz, Lamar declared, "Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony." He continued by launching pointed barbs at Drake, beginning with, "Fabricating stories on the family front cause you heard Mr. Morale," aiming at Drake's authenticity. Kendrick escalated the attack, criticizing Drake's mixed heritage and fashion choices with lines like, "Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection," and proudly declaring himself the biggest hater, assailing every facet of Drake's persona and style. He didn't shy away from voicing his disapproval of the women in Drake's life, and he emphatically condemned Drake's use of racial slurs in his lyrics, suggesting that perhaps, maybe it's time you stopped. Lamar swiftly followed up with a second release titled 616 in LA, which showcased cover art rich with symbolic imagery and featured the unexpected production talents of Jack Antonoff. This collaboration enriched the thematic depth of his music. On May 3rd, Drake released Family Matters, targeting Lamar with personal jabs that scrutinized his family dynamics and integrity, to which Lamar responded subtly in his track Meet the Grams, expressing his dismay at the personal digs. Drake raised questions about the legitimacy of Lamar's fatherhood and accused him of being disingenuous in his music. The video for Family Matters was visually aggressive towards Lamar's discography, exacerbating their ongoing conflict. In his counter-response, Lamar's track Meet the Grams featured a sarcastic apology directed at Drake's son, along with controversial cover art, escalating the feud both personally and publicly. Lamar intensified the situation by comparing Drake to Harvey Weinstein and accusing him of neglecting a daughter Drake claims not to have. Lamar then quickly released another challenging track titled Say, Drake, I Hear You Like 'Em Young, concluding with a harsh critique of Drake's use of AI to emulate Tupac, stating, "You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pac, Nick? I think that Oakland show gonna be your last stop." This underscored his defense of Tupac's legacy and hinted at potential repercussions for Drake's actions. Adding to the drama, Metro Boomin, noted for his production on Lamar's Like That, stirred the pot by initiating the BBL Drizzy Beat giveaway on May 5th. He invited his fans to rap over a beat that appeared to sample a humorous song by AI storyteller and comedian King Wallonius, according to Complex. Metro Boomin's playful challenge further fueled the public spectacle of the dispute. In retaliation, Drake addressed Metro Boomin directly in Family Matters, calling him by his real name and labeling him as lame. He accused Metro of causing friction between him and another prominent rapper, Future, hinting at deeper issues affecting their personal and professional relationships. Drake showcased his biting wit in response to an Instagram post displaying Metro Boomin's tweet about the parody beat, cleverly commenting, "You just chefed a beat about my." His remark blended sarcasm with humor, adding a layer of entertainment to the feud. The latest twist in the saga unfolded when Drake released The Heart Part 6 on a Sunday evening, preemptively teasing the song on X, formerly Twitter, with the provocative statement, "And we know you're dropping 6 minutes after, so instead of posting my address, you have a lot to address." In this track, Drake denied Lamar's allegations, suggesting he had deliberately fed Lamar false information as a test of his discernment, revealing a tactical aspect to Drake's strategy in this complex conflict. Drake humorously referred to his conflict with Kendrick Lamar as merely a good exercise, indicating with a chuckle that the situation was not to be taken too seriously. However, he acknowledged Lamar's prowess by suggesting he might be a real threat if he was really a predator. This comment illustrates a layer of respect and competitive spirit underlying their apparent rivalry. One sensitive aspect of their interactions is Drake's relationship with Millie Bobby Brown of Stranger Things fame. Amidst ongoing public scrutiny about their friendship, Drake clearly addressed the issue in his song, The Heart Part 6. In the lyrics, he states, "Only with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I'd never look twice at no teenager." This declaration marks a significant effort by Drake to clarify the nature of his relationship with Brown, repeating a defense he previously voiced in his track, Another Late Night. The feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar extends beyond a simple musical rivalry, evolving into a cultural spectacle that captures the attention of industry insiders and critics globally. Memphis-based journalist Justin Davis, who specializes in music criticism, closely examines the ongoing discourse, questioning if such a high-profile feud will ever occur again considering the status of the artists involved. Davis portrays Drake and Lamar as titanic figures whose conflict has turned into a complex, enthralling saga. While opinions differ across their fan bases, the tangible impact of this feud can be quantified through streaming statistics, which serve as a reliable indicator of popularity in the music industry. According to Billboard, Kendrick Lamar's streaming numbers have seen a notable increase as the feud has intensified, signaling heightened public and media focus. A.D. Carson, an associate professor specializing in hip-hop at the University of Virginia, suggests that the actual beneficiaries of this feud are the digital platforms such as Spotify and YouTube. These platforms profit from the heightened engagement the conflict generates. Billboard's streaming data indicates a significant rise in streams for Lamar's music, while Drake's numbers have experienced a slight dip during the same time frame. People understand rap battles as being a part of hip-hop culture historically, so that element remains, Carson noted. He added, however, the scale and visibility of these battles have magnified tremendously given the celebrity status of the individuals involved. Davis comments on the strategic nature of such public disputes for artists like Drake and Lamar. While they might not necessarily need the additional publicity, the camps of both artists recognize the financial advantages and the direct engagement with their fans that such high-profile disputes facilitate. In today's digital age, reactions to these musical feuds have fostered an entire economy involving music reactors, streamers, and media personalities who capitalize on these events. Reflecting on the evolution of rap battles, Carson observes that while these confrontations have always been a core element of hip-hop, they now occur on a global scale through the internet, transforming them into significant public events. Despite the advantages for the media and related industries, both Carson and Davis express concerns regarding the potential long-term impacts on the artists' careers and reputations, as well as the broader societal implications of utilizing personal trauma and societal issues as fodder for public disputes. There is also significant criticism about the exploitation of serious issues such as women's pain and trauma for entertainment purposes, prompting calls for the music industry to prioritize the safety of women and for high-profile artists to wield their influence more conscientiously. Rise of Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth was born on June 17, 1987, in the city of Compton, California, an area notorious for its violent street life and its significant contribution to the hip-hop culture. He was born into a world where the daily challenges were numerous, marked by prevalent gang violence. Despite the adversity, Kendrick's family environment was a cocoon of support and love. His parents, who had relocated from Chicago to Compton, aimed to create a safer life for their family, away from their own tumultuous pasts. They were determined to protect him from the surrounding dangers of gang-affiliated street activities. From his earliest days, Kendrick was surrounded by a diverse range of musical influences. His parents, fans of classic soul and funk, played the tunes of legends like Marvin Gaye, James Brown, and Michael Jackson. These early musical experiences helped forge Kendrick's profound appreciation and understanding of music. Moreover, the rise of West Coast hip-hop during his formative years, with pioneering artists such as Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac Shakur, made a significant impact on him. The genre of gangsta rap, which emerged strongly in his surroundings, offered stark, realistic portrayals of life in neighborhoods akin to Compton. As Kendrick grew, his innate talents began to show. He was a student at Centennial High School, known for being studious and reserved. It was here that he developed a passion for writing and storytelling. Initially dabbling in poetry, his written works soon transformed into song lyrics. His lyrics were windows to his soul, reflecting a mature understanding of his harsh surroundings, an insight not typical for someone of his age. Kendrick's official entry into the music scene occurred during his teenage years with the release of his initial mixtape. Performing under the alias K. Dot, he put out Youngest Head in Word in Charge, Hub City Threat, Minor of the Year, at just 16 years old. This mixtape captured the attention it needed to secure Kendrick a recording contract with Top Dog Entertainment, TDE, an independent label based in Carson, California. His affiliation with TDE marked the beginning of a significant, enduring partnership that would eventually propel his music career to great heights. Under the aegis of TDE, Kendrick Lamar began to polish his artistic skills, gradually transitioning from his earlier stage name, K-Dot, to his birth name to project a more genuine persona. He produced 2 additional mixtapes during this formative period, Training Day in 2005 and C4 in 2009, which notably featured reinterpretations of beats from Lil Wayne's celebrated album, Thought Carter 3. These projects were pivotal, demonstrating Kendrick's evolving lyrical acumen and his readiness to delve into profound themes like personal identity, moral philosophy, and the complexities of societal norms. The year 2010 marked a significant milestone in Kendrick's career with the release of Overly Dedicated. This mixtape received both critical acclaim and commercial attention, showcasing his unique talent for merging poetic lyricism with deep social and personal commentary. The success of Overly Dedicated helped expand his fan base significantly. This period was also marked by Kendrick's collaborations with various high-profile artists, laying the groundwork for his first full-length studio project. In 2011, Kendrick debuted Section 80, his first independently released album, available digitally through iTunes. This album tackled a spectrum of pressing issues, such as racial disparities, the challenges faced by the millennial generation, and systemic injustice. Tracks like ADHD and High Power resonated with a wide audience, particularly disenchanted young adults, and cemented Kendrick's reputation as a spokesperson for his peers. Kendrick's career trajectory took a dramatic turn with the 2012 release of Good Kid, MAAD City, his first major label endeavor under the auspices of Aftermath and Interscope Records. This album, widely regarded as a contemporary masterpiece, offered a vivid narrative of his adolescence in Compton. Through a series of interlinked stories, it explored the trials and tribulations of his youth, featuring popular tracks such as Swimming Pools, Drank, and Don't My Vibe. The album propelled Kendrick to new heights of fame and garnered numerous Grammy nominations. Since the monumental success of Good Kid, MAAD City, Kendrick Lamar has continued to be a dominant and transformative figure in the realm of hip-hop. His later works, including To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn, have solidified his standing as a pioneering force in the music industry. His innovative fusion of jazz, funk, and spoken word with traditional hip-hop elements has cultivated a distinctive sound that distinguishes him from his contemporaries. Kendrick Lamar has emerged as a pivotal figure in modern culture, but his engagement with the spotlight is characterized by a notable reticence, as various sources have observed. Lamar's demeanor towards fame is distinctive. He maintains a low profile and generally shies away from extensive public exposure. Unlike several of his peers in the music industry, he rarely shares details of his personal life in public spheres and maintains a limited presence on social media platforms. This selective approach to media interactions underscores his cautious attitude, though he is often lauded by journalists for his tranquil and grounded demeanor. He is frequently described as possessing a zen-like calmness, a stark contrast to the typically high-energy nature of the entertainment world. Lamar himself has voiced profound reflections on his identity outside of his celebrity status, emphasizing a commitment to remaining true to himself rather than seeking fame. So invested in who I am outside of being famous. Sometimes, that's all I know. I've always been a person that really didn't dive too headfirst into wanting and needing attention. I mean, we all love attention, but for me, I don't necessarily adore it, he states, indicating a deep understanding of his complex relationship with fame. His lyrics often undergo intense scrutiny from the media, oscillating between earning praise and inciting controversy, thereby highlighting the diverse responses to his artistic output. Throughout his career, Lamar has been at the center of rumored conflicts with other artists, which have frequently drawn media attention, adding additional facets to his public persona. Since the release of his influential album Good Kid, MAAD City, some outlets have hailed Lamar as the modern hip-hop messiah, a moniker that highlights his significant impact within the music industry. However, not all feedback has been entirely positive. Some critics have expressed their objections to what they perceive as the grating political themes in his music, proposing that Lamar may be grappling with a savior complex. In his work, particularly evident in albums like Section .80, Lamar directly addresses and critiques these perceptions. He articulates a sharp self-awareness and repudiation of these externally imposed labels. Rapping, I'm not the next pop star, I'm not the next socially aware rapper / I am a human being over dope-ass instrumentation. Despite facing criticism, Lamar stands firm in his belief and boldly claims the title of the greatest rapper alive. This declaration is not just about self-assurance. It deeply roots him in the essence of hip-hop culture and reflects his lofty aspirations within the genre. In a detailed conversation with Zane Lowe, Lamar opened up about his underlying motivations, emphasizing that his goal transcends merely creating a memorable song or a catchy hook. He expressed, "I'm not doing it to have a good song, or one good rap, or a good hook, or a good bridge. I want to keep doing it every time, period. And to do it every time, you have to challenge yourself, and you have to confirm to yourself, not anybody else, confirm to yourself that you're the best, period. That's my drive, and that's my hunger. I will always have." His words are a clear indication of his unyielding drive and the intense passion that fuels his journey toward musical innovation and excellence. So basically, all of this about Kendrick Lamar and the reactions from rappers to Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks aimed at Drake reveal the significant impact these tracks have within the hip-hop community. These responses highlight not only the respect and recognition Kendrick commands among his peers, but also underscore the intense rivalries and competitive spirit that are integral to rap culture. As artists and fans alike dissect the lyrical prowess and underlying messages in these tracks, Kendrick's position as a formidable and influential figure in the industry is reinforced, stimulating ongoing discussions and debates about the artistry and authenticity in modern hip-hop. That's a wrap on the video. If you enjoyed it, check out one of these boxes too. I'll catch you on the next one.